Did you know that something as minor as how you cook your soup can affect your blood sugar levels negatively? Don't panic because in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to cook your Nigerian soups in a way that will benefit your blood sugar levels. Let's get right into it. I know as Nigerians, we already eat vegetables a lot, but if you want to cook your Niger soups and you don't want it to cause a spike in your blood sugar levels, you have to load up on leafy greens and non-starchy vegetables. This is very important. You want to cook in abundance and in large quantities your shoko, your ugu, your okra leaves. So the secret here is in the quantity of the vegetables. Load up on your vegetables. Don't just eat, swallow, then put one tiny spoon of soup on it. No, you want to cook these leafy greens in huge quantity, in large quantity, because these non-starchy vegetables and these leafy vegetables, they are filled with lots and lots of fiber. And what fiber does is going down the rate at which your blood sugar levels spike after eating. So the second thing you want to do is to choose lean proteins and plenty of fish in your soup. So you want to avoid red meat because red meat has been linked to being high in saturated fats. And as a diabetic, as an insulin resistant or pre-diabetic, this is not something you want to start dealing with again. You want to do away with saturated fats in your diet. That's why I advise you, if you are diabetic, you have blood sugar issues, you have to stay away from red meat. Instead, eat lots of fish, dry fish, smoked fish, stockfish, egg fish, panla, all types of fish are good for you. You should make them your companion, your bestie on this journey. Eat lots of them. Then if you are going for protein, lean cuts of chicken and turkey also, you can go for it, but avoid cow meat, avoid red meat, avoid beef, because you don't want to add the problem of saturated fat to your blood sugar issues again. Shrimps also are good. Eat lots of shrimps, crayfish, lots of snails are good for you. So in as much as we are saying, oh, protein is good for you as a diabetic, as someone trying to reverse diabetes, we say, oh, protein is good for you. The type of protein also matters in this case. The third point, I want you to look at this soup that is being displayed on your screen right now. Look at it. What do you notice in this soup? As Nigerians, we are guilty of this most times. We want to cook and then we want to see oil floating on our soups because to us is sign of good living. My brother, my sister, I want to tell you today, it is not a sign of good living. You cooking and having oil floating on top is not healthy, and most especially if you are battling blood sugar issues. You have to be mindful of palm oil. Palm oil in your soup. If you can cook without oil, oh, that's the best thing I advise. But if you know you can't do without cooking oil, use oil sparingly in very little amounts. Let me tell you, there's nothing that excess oil does for you for your food. All it does is just to make that food appear attractive, and it's because we have been used to it. So I think we have to get to a point whereby as diabetes is resistant pre-diabetics, and as a Nigerian in particular, we have to rewire our brain. We have to rewire our brain because there are a lot of things that have been conditioned into our brain that if we don't rewire it, they will affect us and affect our health negatively. So you have to be mindful of oil in your diet. If you are the type that can't do without oil, choose healthier oils like original olive oil, cold pressed original coconut oil, unadulterated. If you can get those ones and use them in little quantity, it's better. If you want to use palm oil, use it in very minimal amounts, little quantity. Don't ever, never should you cook and your pot of soup or your plate of soup will be looking like this. This is disaster on a plate. So you have to avoid that as a diabetic. You want to cook, if you want to eat your soup without spiking your blood sugar levels. Another thing you have to be mindful of under this category also is thickeners. Thickeners. Known for soups like Okra soup, they have to put cocoyam in it to serve as thickener. So when you are doing this, make sure you are using very little quantity of the cocoyam, because cocoyam is complex carb, it has carbohydrates. When you are adding it again in large quantities, say you want to cook oha, you are now use large quantities of cocoyam in it. When you eat that kind of a soup, it's going to spike your blood sugar levels. So you have to be mindful of the thickeners in your soup. Some of you will say you are eating healthy, you want to make chicken curry sauce, then you now go and mix cornstarch. Don't ever do that again. Just do the curry sauce like that. If it's not thick, eat it like that. It's going to do well in your body system. Don't try, since you are not serving it to outsiders, it's only you that wants to eat the soup. So you have to do everything within your power to make sure that you cook your soup as healthy as possible if you want to prevent blood sugar spike. Then the last thing I will be talking about today is that you have to embrace natural spices and reduce or avoid consuming lots and lots of salt and seasoning cubes, the one we refer to as Maggi. See, it's high time you learn how to use natural spices to enhance your meals. Natural spices like garlic, like ginger, like your locust beans, our hero, like crayfish, lots of fresh pepper, even onions. All those natural spices are there. Nature has blessed us with a lot of it in Africa, and we have access to it in Nigeria. So you have no excuse. You have to reduce your consumption of salt and seasoning cubes to the barest minimum. If you cannot eliminate it, I suggest you even eliminate it. But if you cannot, please reduce the usage. Learn how to cook your meals with natural spices alone, and then you'll be able to eat a soup that will not spike your blood sugar levels but will work to improve your health. And you know why I'm also saying this is because high amount of sodium is not good for you as a diabetic, because as a diabetic you are predisposed to having high blood pressure or hypertension. So when you're not doing something that is not helping the hypertension again, what do we call that? So high amount of sodium has been linked to high blood pressure, which you want to make sure that you don't have as a diabetic, as someone that's still trying to manage his or her blood sugar levels. So my people, cooking your Nigerian soups for a healthy blood sugar is totally possible. Try these tips I have mentioned, and I can assure and guarantee you that your body and blood sugar will definitely thank you. If this video has educated you, kindly give it a huge thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, and if you haven't, kindly subscribe and don't forget to turn on your post notification so that you'll be the first to know whenever we upload other insightful videos on this channel. Also, I'm waiting to receive your comments in the comment section, and if there is any topic that has been bothering you as a Nigerian diabetic or insulin resistant or pre-diabetic that you would want me to shed more light on, kindly indicate it in the comment section and I will be more than happy to make a video on it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay healthy and I will see you in my next video.